Little Red Riding Hood. A long time ago, in a cottage at the edge of the forest, lived a little girl and her mother. The little girl had a beautiful red cloak with a hood that she always wore outside, so everyone called her Little Red Riding Hood. One day, her mother called, "Little Red Riding Hood, Granny is not very well. Can you take some lunch to her?" "Shall I go through the forest?" asked Little Red Riding Hood. "Yes," said her mother, "but stay on the path all the way." It was a spring day, and Little Red Riding Hood noticed some lovely flowers just off the path. "Surely I can pick some flowers for Granny," she thought. But as she picked the first flower, a deep voice suddenly said, "What are you doing, little girl?" There, behind a tree, was a wolf. I'm picking some flowers for my Granny," said Little Red Riding Hood, shaking from head to toe. "I'm going through the forest to take her some lunch." The wolf wanted to gobble the little girl up there and then, but it was cunning and had an idea for getting an even bigger dinner. There was only one house on the other side of the forest, and the wolf knew how to get there quickly, so it disappeared through the trees. When the wolf arrived at Granny's house, it knocked on the door and said in its highest voice, "Here's your lunch, Granny." "Let yourself in, dear," Granny called. The wolf let itself in, ran upstairs, and ate Granny in one mouthful. Then it put on Granny's cap and glasses, got into bed, and waited. Soon after, Little Red Riding Hood arrived, still a little scared of meeting the wolf. She knocked on the door, and a voice called, "Let yourself in, dear." "Granny must be feeling poorly," thought Little Red Riding Hood. "Her voice sounds very strange." But she let herself in and went upstairs. It was dark in Granny's room, but Little Red Riding Hood noticed something strange at once. "Granny," she said, "what big ears you've got." "All the better to hear you with, my dear," said the wolf in its Granny voice. Little Red Riding Hood went a little closer. "Granny," she said, "what big eyes you've got." "All the better to see you with, my dear," said the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood was right by the bed now. "Granny," she said, "what big teeth you've got." "All the better to eat you with," cried the wolf. The wolf lunged towards Little Red Riding Hood. She screamed and ran out of the room, downstairs, and out of the house. Luckily, two woodcutters were walking near Granny's house at that very moment. They heard the screams, ran towards the house, and grabbed the wolf. They tied the wolf up and hung it up by its feet. And who should pop out of its big mouth but Granny! "We'll take this wolf far away," said the woodcutters, "and you will never see it again." "Thank you," said Granny and Little Red Riding Hood. Granny gave Little Red Riding Hood a big hug, and, when they were feeling better, they sat down together for lunch.